What's prison taught you, Billy? Don't get caught.
Shopping was a controversial film on its release. Some MPs and the press had a field day, saying it glamorised and encouraged teenagers to joyride, do smash and grab robberies, and even take drugs. As if they need any encouragement. The plot involves pretty boy Jude Law, who's recently released from prison. He's pretty much the ultimate car thief and robber of high-end department stores. He buddies up with pixie Irish girl Sadie Frost, and she looks great, with an androgynous but appealing look, which was 90s cool. She's easily the best character in the film. Jude Law bumps heads with petty gangster Sean Pertwee. I had doubts about his hard man status, but I think he just about pulls it off. His big boss is a very brief cameo from Sean Bean before he became a meme. Does a mullet make a man? Ralph Iverson has a small role, but is instantly recognisable when he opens his mouth. The film recalls both the themes of gang rivalry you've seen in The Warriors and the disenfranchised youth of Quadrophenia, both of which are much better films. The jaded youth theme never really goes beyond, "I'm bored, and I don't want to end up like my loser dad." While done reasonably well, it never expands on that. As you would expect, it has a kicking soundtrack with Orbital, Sabres of Paradise and Oki. It's good, but not in the same league as Trainspotting or Judgment Night when it comes to 90s soundtracks.
Fight with your mind, let the future brighten. Wave your hands in the air. Move yourself like you want to.
Shopping's visuals are its best feature, using filters and lighting to make the film appear more expensive than it is, recalling the high-rise nightmare of sci-fi films like Blade Runner and Brazil. We've seen unnamed dystopian cities and outsider protagonists used in the 90s in Dark City, which is now regarded as a modern classic, Richard Stanley's Terminator-inspired hardware, and the conceptually clever but poorly crafted Welcome to the Terrordome. In a previous review, I described Ghostwatch's use of technology as charmingly retro. Shopping is a largely charmless film, but it is a 90s time capsule. From the antique, fictitious Crazy Cars handheld, the CD players that would have cost around £100 at the time, but you would struggle to give them away at cash converters these days. The henchman playing what I think is an Atari, a retro item even in 1994, given that the Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1 would be available on import for 4 figures. I am aware a lot of people held on to old tech in the 90s, with the ZX81, C64 and Master System being regular sights in teenagers' rooms, along with the crinkly bedroom poppadoms. I was always put off viewing Shopping, as it was always reviewed and mentioned by friends as being a bit crap, and I have to say, it's better than I expected. In the 21st century, it has a retro cool, with car porn that, unlike the souped-up Japanese-tuned imports of Fast and the Furious that only exist in adolescent wet dreams, Shopping has cars like the 323 and RS200 that you would see on the roads, estates and scrapyards of England. It just needed a Vauxhall Nova with a twin exhaust to ice the cake. The acting is decent, with many people going against their usual typecasting. I will admit, beyond nostalgia, it's difficult to recommend as a watch. It's sort of okay, but it doesn't do anything well. The dystopian youth theme is done better in Clockwork Orange and Suburbia, the style of adrenaline-fueled music video with Run Lola Run or Doberman. The themes of disenchantment and youth rebellion, you can pick better films from Film 4's huge catalogue. I'm not dismissing the talent of Paul W.S. Anderson for crafting a personal film that integrated his love of video games and one of his only films with a semblance of social commentary, but it is ultimately a series of half-baked ideas set to what is now a dated soundtrack, albeit one with awesome cinematography. It's not crap, but if you haven't seen them, watch Quadrophenia, Trainspotting and Kes for a true snapshot of the triumphs and tragedy of broken Britain in the late 20th century. And if you like my reviews, don't forget to subscribe because we've got more great stuff on the way.
High-speed backup.